Hi students, this is Ram Mohan, JLN History, Government Junior College, Kachiguda. Today, in our first year history, chapter 14, National Movement, first phase. In this, we have completed so far the moderate era, and even in extremist era, we have completed the Vande Mataram movement also. In this Vande Mataram movement, the entire India witnessed here a large mass movement, mass participation, okay, and mass procession. In this Vande Mataram movement, the people, not only intellectuals, leaders, even common people also participated in a large way. So the inspiration behind Vande Mataram movement was, that is the Vande Mataram. The Vande Mataram poem was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. It was observed from Anand Math, a novel written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. It was a great lyrical force. In this, the words here personifies the country as mother and offers salutes to the mother goddess, and it glorifies also. This Vande Mataram poem or song, a slogan for agitators, and it is a symbol of patriotism. It is a great source of inspiration, and even when the people, okay, attended and met each other during this moment, it is substitute namaskaram. They should say Vande Mataram. Okay, instead of namaskaram, they should raise their hands and here uttered or give a slogan, that is Vande Mataram. So, a song of inspiration here, Vande Mataram, observed are taken from Anand Math, which was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Now, in this moment, one more poet, a great poet, who won Nobel Prize, okay, first time in India, of course in Asia also, Rabindranath Tagore. So, in this first people's movement, from which was started from Bengal and expanded and reached entire India. So in this movement, Rabindranath Tagore also had a share to expand this movement, because he wrote one more song, that is Amar Sonar Bangla. It also gave a lot of inspiration for the agitators. It also called a spiritual force to the movement besides Vande Mataram. Even in Bangladesh movement, the liberation movement of Bangla people also, this Amar Sonar Bangla was a spiritual force for during the 1970-71. So still it was a Bangladesh national song, Amar Sonar Bangla. So these two are lyrical forces. One is Vande Mataram, another one is Amar Sonar Bangla. These two are, we can say, spiritual forces which strengthen the Vande Mataram movement in from 1905. So now moving to the Surat Congress 1907. So already you know Vande Mataram movement was continued from 1905 to 1911, almost 6 years it continued, and it showcased the unity, unbreakable unity of the Hindus and the Muslims. And Lord Hardinge, when declared here, there was no division of Bengal in 1911, then the Vande Mataram movement was called off. During the Vande Mataram movement, one historical meeting conducted in Surat, that is Surat Congress. Already we know every annual session, INC session, okay, in the month of December every year, they conduct in different places. The Surat Congress in 1907, here, moderate extremists, one side extremists grow large, their participation, okay, their movement was spreaded day by day. To check the extremists also, moderates tried a lot. In 1905, extremists wanted presidency because at the time Gopalakrishna Gokhale was there. He was the president of INC. Later, extremists also proposed here their leader for presidency. Here also, diplomatically, moderates proposed here Dadabhai Nauroji. So this was the time to at least they want to send a leader from extremist group. Here they proposed Lala Lajpat Rai. Moderate proposed here Ras Bihari Ghose for the presidency. So while extremists named Lala Lajpat Rai as their leader, here moderates proposed Ras Bihari Ghose. So here grow angry because of the self-governance, boycotts, lot of movements were going on, as entire India. So here Lala Lajpat Rai finally defeated, and even he defeated by Ras Bihari Ghose in this election. So the grow angry of self-governance and boycotts, these things, and if foreign goods and national education were not including in the agenda of National Congress meeting. So then Lala Lajpat Rai, even Balagangadhar Tilak also requested to permission to speak here. They requested permission to speak about these Swadeshi movements, boycott of foreign goods and national education, which were not included, not written in the agenda. But finally, moderate expelled extremists from the Congress in Surat session. So historically, the Surat Congress first time, the Congress officially split into moderates and extremists. Now, one more during the Vande Mataram, one more event, that is establishment of a Muslim League in 1906. You see, 1905, when Lord Curzon decided to divide Bengal into East and West Bengal, of course, unanimously denied. But it ceded the division of Bengal into a division of Indians into Hindus and Muslims. That's what the result of this division of Bengal, or that decision of division of Bengal also, the birth of the Muslim League was the result. And one more thing, heavy depression of the Muslim community. You see, in Vande Mataram movement, the Muslim community, of course, they felt depression because of here Vande Mataram song glorifies the mother goddess which belonged to the Hindu community, and Shivaji Jayanti, like the festivals also came forefront. So because of this here, where in Islam the idol worship is not practiced here, why they should not accept? They did not accept also the mother goddess, the idol worship, the festivals of like this. That's what the result of this. Finally, they wanted a separate association to their wishes or to reach their dreams and protect the interests of the communal activities of national Hindus. It created the feeling of insecurity among the Muslims. And Nawab Salimullah Khan of Dhaka and Aga Khan, he was the first president. Nawab Salimullah Khan was the founder of this Muslim League. Aga Khan was its first president. The main object of this Muslim League was to promote loyalty to the Britishers. The Muslims here always showing their loyalty, their complete approval agreement to the British government. And nothing but they have to surrender to the Britishers. And in result, they want to safeguard their political and other rights also. To safeguard, to protect their rights, they wanted to show solidarity, everything to the British government. So here, Indian Congress claimed itself, our party was a secular party, but Muslim did not agree with this. That's what they wanted, a separate association for Muslims, which resulted here separate Muslim League in 1906. The result of here, the fight or final result of this finally Nawab Salimullah Khan and Aga Khan, because of these two people initially take initiation to start a separate league. So after result of this, now we can notice Minto-Marley reforms also in 1909. Minto-Marley also the Secretary of State and Viceroy of India, both welcomed here the Muslim League. Then they introduced their Reforms Act 1909, provided for a separate electorate for the Muslims. First time, separate electorate. December 31st, 1906, as a result of the Minto, the Viceroy, and Marley, the Secretary of the State, this Minto-Marley reforms were introduced in India. In this, central and provincial legislature was expanded. The central legislature was raised from 16 to 60. Here 37 are official, 23 are unofficial. And even Indian members were given the, to put questions and propose resolutions on certain issues and discuss and criticize the budget allotment of separate electorates to Muslims also given right. And even though it did not satisfy the Indian people. So first time Muslims, were given here separate electorate. This led to the other religions, other minorities like Christians and Sikhs also wanted a separate electorate. Now moving to the next one, revolutionary nationalism. While moderates did not get any achievement during their struggle, other hand, extremists tried a lot to focus on Vande Mataram movement. Other hand, the revolutionary and secret associations also started their work for independent India. Especially, they inspired from Irish revolutionaries, Russian nihilists. They took inspiration from that and started here secret associations and societies. Especially to fight against the despotic British rule because of their association, of the Indian people. That's what they wanted to throw the bombs over them. And at least they wanted to create a terror among the, Britishers. So finally, these revolutionary activities said here, they wanted to sacrifice their life for the sake of motherland. Still, Indian hearts filled with the revolutionary activities because of this uncontrollable and they sacrifice life. The entire activities, if you observe the sacrificing predomination occurred at least some parts of North India, we can notice it, especially Maharashtra, Bengal and Punjab. Here, first revolutionary activities were taken place. Here when, especially in Maharashtra, the Pune, here plague, the health calamity, plague occurred. So when this calamity, the plague disease arose here, the British government did not bother about and they did not take any precautions, measures to eradicate this disease. The eradication program in an inhuman manner, so which resulted here the Damodar Chapekar and Balakrishna Chapekar also. Okay, these two people started different societies and they fought against the British. In 1904, secret society called Abhinav Bharat. Here, Vinayak Damodar and Ganesh Savarkar, Ananta Lakshman Karkekar. So these people also started a secret organization. Here, they they plot a conspiracy, that is Nasik conspiracy. Here, 21 people were convicted. So because of when inhuman conditions were there while plague was what you call expanding in Pune area, they did not take. Even the judges also did not give any verdict towards the Indian people. That's what Abhinav Bharat, later Anushilan Samiti, here Barindra Kumar Ghosh, Jatindra Banerjee, Pramod Mitter, Aravinda Ghosh, Margaret, Elizabeth Noble, these people, okay, participated in this Anushilan Samiti. Next, Shyamji Krishna Varma, socialist, Damodar Savarkar joined in London and carried the activity of Anushilan Samiti. In 1909, Karjan Ville, an officer of India, was killed by Madanlal Tingra, Shyamji Krishna Varma and Madam Kama. So this people started Free India Society in London, and here in Stuttgart in Germany, they conducted a meeting of Free India Society where they unfurled the flag of Indian tricolor flag first time in London, Germany, in Stuttgart area. So one more flag conspiracy, that is Alipur bomb case. Here in Bengal, in Alipur town, some bombs and revolutionary literature were found first time. So here 34 members were arrested. Among them Barindra Kumar Ghosh, Arvind Kumar Ghosh also there. Later, Gadar party. Gadar means revolt. So this Gadar, a journal in 4 languages, and later they established a party in the name of Gadar also, led by Lala Hardayal. From Andhra, Darshi Chenchaya also a member of Gadar party. So they also futile attempt to raise a big revolt during the First World War. So this showcased their patriotism, devotion, okay, and they wanted to sacrifice their life. So these all things immensely admired by the people, not only in India, across the world. Here Lala Hardayal, Darshi Chenchaya, 2 members, very important in Gadar party. And Yugantar, here also one new paper. This Yugantar revolutionary magazine spreading the revolutionary ideas. In 1908, Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chowki attended the assassination of Kingsford, and Prafulla Chowki shot himself, died when Khudiram Bose was tried and hanged. At Alipur in Bengal, also the case. Here also, Barindra Kumar Ghosh and Arvind Kumar Ghosh already arrested, Here they acquitted in 1912. Ras Bihar Bose and Sachin Sanyal, they also throw bombs in 1904, okay, and James Chatterjee, okay, and in not only in India, even England and America also, they started these organizations, revolutionary organizations in different countries. So revolutionary activities, if you observe, not only in India, across the world, they started and they promoted the ideas among the Indians, okay, who settled in different parts of the world. They promoted the revolutionary ideas. Now, extremist movements. In this one, we are going to discuss now Home Rule movement, which was started 1916, ended in 1918. Already, Vande Mataram movement was the first All India movement started by extremists, especially Lal, Bal, Pal. These 3 people played a major role. And after Vande Mataram movement, extremists again started Home Rule movement in 1916. Home Rule, this idea was brought by Annie Besant from Ireland. So she practiced the same Home Rule movement in India also. So when she was inspired by Hinduism, Hindu philosophy, she participated in nationwide movements, and she even attended National Congress meetings also. So when she observed the grievances of the Indians, then they met with Balagangadhar Tilak and founded here different home rule leagues and started the home rule movement. With this idea, Balagangadhar Tilak also started home rule movement in separate provinces. So here you remember the two people are very, very important. One is Annie Besant, another one Balagangadhar Tilak. So home rule movement means self-rule. Indians wanted self-rule, not foreign rule. So during this moment, Balagangadhar Tilak and Annie Besant, these two people started the movement. And in this, before going to start this movement, already Balagangadhar Tilak arrested, and with this, the Indian Congress split into moderates, of course, extremists, as you know. Besant also, Annie Besant also, when she came to India for the purpose of Theosophical Society, later joined. So these two people decided for achieving self-government, they wanted home rule movement. So that's what Home Rule League in April 1960 in Bombay started by Balagangadhar Tilak. First time, idea was Annie Besant. First started by Balagangadhar Tilak in Bombay. Annie Besant started another Home Rule League in Madras, Adayar, Karnataka, Bengal, Bihar also. So the two leagues, Annie Besant League as well as Tilak League, two leagues demanded here home rule in India. So you have to understand here home rule movement. That means home rule, nothing but self-rule. Self means here Indians rule themselves only. The India is ruled by themselves, not foreign. That's what the intention of home rule movement. This home rule spread to Maharashtra, Karnataka, Bengal, Bihar, okay, in different provinces in India. Annie Besant League became very popular in Madras, Bihar, Bengal, and United Provinces of Sindhu. And she started here newspapers also like New India, Commonwealth, and Balagangadhar Tilak started here Kesar and Maratha. So these Commonwealth, New India, or Kesari Maratha, these papers, okay, always giving information about home rule movement, spreading the ideas of Annie Besant and Tilak, and like this, it enhanced the movement, it strengthened the movement. In this home rule movement, they stressed here Swadeshi as well as boycotts. Swadeshi goods, okay, and boycott foreign goods also. And given importance to national education, okay. So Annie Besant started a national college in Madarapalli, and she toured extensive tours also to form the public opinion in favor of the home rule. Consequently, in 1917, June, the government arrested Annie Besant. Tilak also was prohibited from entering Delhi and Punjab. So, when the leaders Annie Besant as well as Balagangadhar Tilak, both leaders were arrested, but the people did not stop their protests. They did not stop their protest meetings also. So, in recognition of her service, Annie Besant was elected, okay, the President of India, National Congress of Calcutta session in 1917. Okay, she was the first woman who elected as, okay, the President of Indian National Congress. Okay, and reunification of Bengal. So when in 1911 you see the reunification of Bengal not accepted by the Muslim League. Okay, in 1916 Lucknow Pact also we can notice here the Congress first time accepting separate electorates, because before 1916 the Congress did not accept here separate electorates for Muslims. So in 1916, Lucknow Pact, which was a historical pact, this one, because between the Muslim League and Indian National Congress. So finally, the Congress accepting the separate electorates for Muslims. Of course, during this, they demanded more constitutional reforms to India. Okay, so this movement, 1916 to 1918, Home Rule movement almost continued for 2 years. With the great leaders' arrest also, the Home Rule movement did not stop. So finally, Tilak emerged as a undisputed leader of the masses. Okay, in Home Rule movement. The reunion of moderates and the extremists took place in 1916. First time, the extremists and moderates both agreed or joined in a group. So this one lightened of course, the National Congress policies also, and they are against the repressive laws. They wanted to fight after Home Rule also. They decided to start different protest here. Okay, and after that, you see Montaigne Chelmsford reforms also. They protest here. The meetings of this. So after Home Rule movement, when the British people suppressed here by arresting the people, by arresting the leaders, finally in 1918, the Home Rule movement was stopped. So after Home Rule movement, there was no great movement, by of course moderates or extremists. Now there was a political vacuum after 1918. There was no mass leader, great leader, because in 1919 you see Balagangadhar Tilak also died because of due to his ill health. 2 times he arrested. He was sent to Andaman Nicobar, Mandalay jail. So he spent entire life during this. So finally, when he was died, there was a political vacuum in India. So during this season, Mahatma Gandhi joined the national movement. So what happened after Mahatma Gandhi entered India, we can study in next unit.